Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, my name is Nelly. This channel is all about dreams, lifestyle, spiritual minimalism and faith. Please make sure you like and subscribe and turn on that bell notification so that you can be notified whenever there's a new video. And thanks for those that subscribe. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you. A nagging wife can cause problems in marriage. You know, women just don't decide they're going to wake up and become quarrelsome. It starts somewhere. The truth is, she's trying to tell you how she feels, but it doesn't come out in a proper way. So today, I'm going to be discussing 10 things that you can see that you are now a nagging wife. Sometimes you don't see it. It takes somebody else to tell you that you are a nagging wife. If your children don't tell you or your husband doesn't tell you, it's because they don't want to be attacked. That's the reason why they don't tell you. One of the biggest signs that shows you're a nagging wife is when you keep repeating one and the same thing all over and over again. Sometimes old age can make you do that as well. The person on the other side heard you. This can be really annoying because the person can think that they're not good enough. And sometimes when you're nagging your husband feels like he's not good enough. He feels like you're treating him like a child. And you are here praying to God that, oh God, please help my husband change. How can you pray to God for your husband to change when you are the one that keeps nagging? One minute you say this, and the next minute you say this. You know those dogs that keep barking and constantly bark all the time? You just behave like one of them. You just behave like one of those dogs. I remember when I was young, I think I was like 12 years old. I had this dog. This dog used to bark all the time and I never used to sleep. I noticed this one morning, it was only the German Shepherd that came. Now, later on, I realized something is weird. You know one thing about dogs, if you like dogs, there's a certain way they communicate with. I could see the bigger dog, which is the German Shepherd, looking at me, winking its tail, and then looking at the field. I was asking myself, I wonder what this dog is trying to tell me. Then I went to go and check. When literally it had blood all over and it was dead. When my dad asked, what's wrong with you? I said, oh, Shabby died. You know what he said? He said, good riddance. That thing used to bark the whole night for nothing anyway. I was so angry. How could you say that? But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, it's true, the dog used to bark the whole night. Imagine now you are the husband and your wife keeps nagging. I guess that's how they feel. So I can just imagine how the German Shepherd also felt. So basically what you need to do is just ask your husband nicely in a nice way, like what would be the reason why he didn't do what you've asked him to do. And then he would just give you a simple answer. Maybe he's got a reason why he didn't do what you had asked him to do. And also we mothers, we tend to do the same thing as well to our children. This is when you hear a child saying, I heard you. And now you think they're rude. So we see that in Proverbs 21 verse 9. You can see even in the Bible, there were people that were nagging. There were wives that were nagging. So ladies, if you are the one that keeps repeating one and the same thing, tone down. The second one is being a control freak. Maybe at work you are the boss, where everyone runs when they see you. But you need to realize that at work you're the boss, but when you have to come home, you're a wife and you're a mother as well. You cannot run your home like you're running the office. Like this puts a huge burden in your family. Rather than trying to control everything, you need to focus on your own emotions. One of the children will definitely tell you that, especially when children are teenagers. You can't keep controlling them like that because they will learn from you that this is how it's done. Maybe also just wait for the right timing to mention these things. Like when you're both laughing and in a happy mood, then saying it when you're both angry. So ladies, if you are having a conversation And it starts with, oh, so you're the one, like you first. It means that you are blaming everything on the other person. When every statement, it will start with you. Your partner will feel very defensive and he will refuse to help you. The next issue is, don't make your husband feel like they are a child. So if you feel like a parent more than a wife, that is another sign of nagging. Like you're constantly checking on him, what he's doing. Rather than instructing him what to do, talk to each other about decisions that needs to be made. Don't keep nagging him by reminding him, even yesterday I told you to stop leaving your socks here, and today you're still doing it. Like you're constantly saying one and the same thing all the time. It actually makes him feel like you're the parent, you're no longer his wife. Maybe sometimes he's gone out and you keep phoning him. When are you coming home? When are you coming home? And when he does come home, you're sitting there waiting for him, sulking. So basically, you're just becoming like a parent. You're two different people. Stop following him on what he's doing. Have your own work that you need to concentrate on. So communication is key. You both need to communicate what you want to achieve in this marriage. Don't compete with each other, but complement each other. There should be a feedback. Like if there's a list of expectations that you both needed to do, communicate with each other, give each other feedback. As soon as you get married, maybe have a marriage plan, like who's going to be doing what and who's going to be doing what. Maybe you can do this when you are planning your wedding. Also, have an expectation what is required from each one of you. So don't make your husband feel resentment towards you, because when you're constantly nagging all the time about one thing that needs to be done to another, your husband begins to feel resentment towards you. So also try to have your communication open. Listen to what he has to say. Even if he's acting in an immature way, you need to listen to what he needs to say, what his own version, or how he perceives, how he sees things. The next one is when you start comparing your husband with other men, like comparing him, like, how come now, just look at our neighbors, they've bought new car and you haven't even changed our cars, and they have changed their cars. Every person is different. Nobody is supposed to make the other person feel less of a human. One thing you don't need is a person that is going to make you feel bad just to make themselves feel better about themselves. You are supposed to be the wife. You're supposed to be supportive. Stop comparing him. If he hasn't moved you from this 1-bedroom apartment to a 2-bedroom apartment, everyone's destiny is different, because you're becoming too toxic to the marriage. You're making him feel like he's not working hard enough. Next thing, he's just going to stay in the office and keep working in the office, and you are sitting at home looking at the time because he hasn't come home on time. Happiness starts within, not when you start keeping records of your husband. Then there is no trust. So you have opened that door of no trust, because all the time you're keeping records. No one is perfect. When you're too focused on him and you lose focus on yourself, you need to distance yourself from potential nagging. Keep busy. Start doing something. In Proverbs 27, verse 15 says, a quarrelsome wife is as annoying as a constant dripping of rain. One thing you should realize as wives is men forget everything. They will forget your anniversary, they will forget the children's birthdays, they will forget your birthday, and they will forget their own birthdays too, because they're too focused on what they are trying to achieve. Some men forget these things. Just simply understand the man that you're married to and accept it. Rather accept it than letting it cause a problem in your marriage. Because I don't even think he remembers what you wore on your first date. And another thing, don't use intimacy like basically manipulating him sexually. In 1 Peter 4 verse 8, it says, the most important thing is to continue to show love. For love covers multitudes of sins. So sometimes, just surprise him. When he knows that you're angry, just give him a hug and just give him a warm kiss. When he knows that you are angry. Sometimes we women, we do this in public in front of the children. Just give him a kiss and surprise him. Do something different. Just shift and do something different. Don't be a drama queen. Accept the situation. Things won't change when you scream. Things will change when you speak nicely, when you speak like in a proper manner, then things will change. Don't put your excessive demands on him with your expectations that are unrealistic. This can put an emotional toll on him. If you have been doing this for years, he needs time to heal. And you are the cause of this. You may be the cause of this. I'm talking to the men right now. As a man, if she starts nagging, you just walk away. Give her fresh air. Maybe when you come back, give yourself some fresh air. Maybe when you come back, she would have toned down the nagging. Try and keep quiet as well. Then also complaining, because that also creates a battle between two emotional people. And lastly, maybe just pray for strength and wisdom for you to make that right decision. Thank you for watching up to the end. See you on the next video.